of their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com. You've ever made. Lawmakers from both sides are calling for a ban on TikTok or tighter restrictions. The grand jury weighing evidence in New York City deciding whether former President Trump should face indictment for campaign finance crimes stemming from alleged payments to adult actress Stormy Daniels in 2016 will not convene to hear evidence in this case today. Earliest to convene is Monday. The number of people seeking unemployment for the first time in the last week as the economy remains strong, but interest rates keep going up. ABC Chief Business Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis reports.
Mortgage rates also plummeting, seeing them go from about 4% to 7%. Same thing is true for your auto loans, and the most important thing you can do here is shop around. Freddie Mac estimates it could save you as much as $600 to $1,200 a year on that mortgage.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis speaking today ahead of a planned expansion of restrictions on gender and sexuality instruction in K-12 classrooms. He says the most important thing are teachers.
We could sit there and talk about standards, and it's great, but you have a very knowledgeable, passionate teacher teaching the students. That's going to make all the difference.
And the parents of a Michigan teenager who shot and killed 4 students at a school in 2021 will stand trial. You're listening to ABC News.
In business, everything your employees do impacts your brand, including what they wear. Cintas has high-performance workplace apparel for almost every job imaginable. From work shirts and pants, polos and khakis, to Oxfords or t-shirts, these clothes move, breathe, and look great. Your team gets the styles they like, you convey the image you want. And Cintas service includes weekly laundry and delivery. Learn more, visit Cintas.com. And get ready for the workday.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Divorce forces the father to focus on what's most important, his children. You may no longer be a husband, but you'll always be a dad. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's California area attorneys, 2121 North California Boulevard, Suite 290, Walnut Creek, California, 94596.
The waning of the COVID pandemic also means the end is coming for the White House team in charge of the response.
The White House COVID team will wind down later this spring as the U.S. moves out of the emergency phase of the pandemic. The public health emergency is set to expire on May 11th. An administration official tells ABC the COVID team size will reflect the, quote, new phase at that point. Dr. Ashish Jha, the White House COVID-19 response coordinator, is expected to depart the administration around that same time. A senior official told ABC that fighting COVID remains an administration priority, and transitioning out of the emergency phase is, quote, the natural evolution of the COVID response. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
More protests in Israel over the planned overhaul to the judicial system.
Tens of thousands of Israelis protesting the judicial overhaul, calling it a, quote, day of national paralysis. On the streets, a cross-section of Israelis with more and more elite military reserve officers joining the demonstration. They're blocking city streets and the main highway into Tel Aviv. They're chanting at public squares and outside the homes of lawmakers and marching with their children.
ABC's Jordana Miller in Jerusalem. She says Parliament overnight passed one of its controversial reforms that strips the Attorney General of the power to declare a prime minister unfit to serve. Comes as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu faces a corruption trial. This is ABC News.
Live and local from our studios in Santa Rosa, this is Sonoma County's Morning News on Marconi Award-winning KSRO.
Good morning. It is 8:04. Today is Wednesday. No, it's Thursday. Fake news. It is Thursday, March 23rd. I'm Michelle Marquis.
You don't know what day it is. You might be doing too much. I'm Larry Olsen. Michelle is doing it all. She's off today. My editor, Jeff Woodward.
I just took my glasses off, so I couldn't really see the screen. Now they're back on. Everything is clear now. I can see clearly. and we have amazing news to announce. Tomorrow you're going to be headed to Russian River Brewing Company, Santa Rosa location, hang out with all the lovely people who are waiting for tastes of Claeys the Younger. And in just a few minutes, we're actually going to talk with Natalie about this year's release.
I was literally just texting every friend that I've ever known and saying that I'm going to be broadcasting live tomorrow. And one came back and said, like, hey, Larry, maybe don't get drunk on the air. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea.
Well, I don't think that it'll even be open yet for you to have any sips of beer. So, yeah, please don't get drunk on the air. I don't enjoy that. All right, let's look at our top stories this morning. A large homeless encampment along the Joe Rodota Trail is being cleared today.
Sheriff's Department says a body found in Roder Park Tuesday morning is the result of a suicide.
And a Santa Rosa man has been sentenced for his part in the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021.
Coming up in sports, Warriors get it done at Big D and win back-to-back road games for the first time in forever.
It is 8:06 at KSRO, and for a look at your commute, here is our friend Paul Maxwell.
Thanks, Michelle. And this traffic report sponsored by Fertilome Houseplant Hero One. 2 slowdowns for Thursday morning. North 101 stretches of heavy Santa Rosa Avenue to College. Southbound heavy Highway 12 down to just past Corby. And very slow South 101 for your drive in Marin County from before Roland, continuing down to just past North San Pedro. Be the hero and make mightier houseplants with Fertilome's new Houseplant Hero One. Choose from all-purpose, succulent, and cactus, orchid, or African violet plant foods. American-made products, available only at your favorite independent nursery or garden center. Your next update at 8:15. Now with Sonoma County's most accurate, most dependable forecast, here's Michelle.
Thank you, Paul. You can expect a bit of sun and some occasional showers today as Sonoma County is drying out after our storms. Temperatures will reach the upper 50s today, and we will cool off to about the mid-30s in the overnight hours with a slightly higher chance of rain tonight. Friday is partly cloudy, but then we have a sunny weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Don't put away the rain jacket, though, because rain returns on Monday, and it will last for the first couple of days next week. Traffic on the 5s, weather 6 times an hour, mornings on KSRO, where the news time is 8:07. The large homeless encampment lining the Joe Rodota Trail will be cleared today. Those living there now have the option of moving to a managed homeless encampment on the Sonoma County Government Campus in North Santa Rosa. It began taking its first residents earlier this week. On Monday, 90 tents were counted on the public Joe Rodota Trail between Santa Rosa and Sebastopol. The Sonoma County Board of Supervisors declared a shelter crisis related to the trail last month. About 70 to 100 people are expected to move into the managed homeless encampment by the end of this week, many of which will be coming from that trail.
Investigators are ruling a 50-year-old man's death in Roner Park a suicide. Man was found dead near a homeless encampment along Roberts Lake Road on Tuesday morning. Sonoma County Sheriff's Office doesn't usually release information connected with suicides, but says it wanted to clear up comments on social media, calling it a homicide before the investigation was complete. No other details have been released.
Record-breaking storms are filling reservoirs, but it could be a mixed blessing for California farmers. John Brunise reports.
Wells Fargo Commercial Banking is a big player in lending farmers the money they need to plant crops and plan for the future. As a result, their analysts keep a close eye on trends, and with all the recent rain, there's good and bad news. Because of all the water, rice farmers can plant many more acres this year than in recent seasons. The swelling groundwater supply also means growers can save money on watering crops like citrus, grapes, and avocados. But there are challenges. Money saved on cheaper water could be offset by having to replant flooded fields. And things like berries, tomatoes, and lettuce face delayed planting and harvest. John Brunise, NBC News Radio.
A man from Santa Rosa has been ordered to serve 10 days in prison and 2 years on probation for his role in the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol building. Daniel Shaw pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge last November. He was caught on camera walking into the Capitol building with his son, who was a minor. 56-year-old Shaw, who's also been ordered to pay $500 to the U.S. Capitol architect for damaging the Capitol building. Shaw continues to brag about his actions on his social media accounts. The prosecutors asked for a more significant sentence due to the fact that he shows no remorse for his actions.
There's a new push to ban Skittles from California shelves. A bill would stop the sale of other popular candies like Nerds and Hot Tamales due to 5 additives considered dangerous and toxic. The lawmakers leading the way claim most of the chemicals have never been independently evaluated by the FDA or were last reviewed decades ago. The bill is expected to be heard in the coming weeks.
You're telling me gummy worms are next, Michelle? I'm going to be ticked off.
I don't know if gummy worms have that red dye, whatever it is, in them, but I think that's one of the ones. That's why the Skittles, the Nerds, and the Hot Tamales are all sort of being looked at.
Nerds, too, man. Oh, don't take away my nerds.
Nerds are pretty good. Are we just hungry? I think we're hungry.
I think we're starving. I'm thirsty. By the way, I'm going to get real thirsty in 8 minutes.
Yeah. It is 8:10 now at KSRO.
According to Manpower, the 10 most difficult positions to recruit for in the country are machinists, administrative assistants, teachers, management, IT, accounting and finance, drivers, engineers, salespeople, and skilled tradespeople. The great ones are out there, but chances are they're employed. Recruiting with radio allows you to talk directly to the people that are working, just like a headhunter, as well as to those who are looking. Hi, this is Chris Stonick, president of Stonick Recruitment, a national recruitment advertising agency and motivational speaker. I'll be coming to town to host a 2-hour seminar on how to better recruit workers, students, and clinical research participants with radio. The seminar is free, fun, and informative. To get all the details or to RSVP, call the following number. I look forward to meeting you.
If you struggle with hiring great employees, plan to attend the hottest recruitment seminar of the year, Tuesday, April 25th, 8:30 a.m. at the Graydon Casino and Resort Ballroom. This event is free, so please register now at SonomaMediaGroup.com or call me, Kevin Wadlinger, 707-284-9116, 284-9116.
Agricultural community farmers markets bring you fresh produce, meat, and dairy each week year-round.
Saturday and Wednesday mornings, 8:30 to 1, the tradition continues at the Santa Rosa Community Farmers Market in Farmers Lane Plaza. Living Being Farms has a great selection of produce and super sweet oranges. Ortiz Family Farms grows everything in Sonoma County. Super fresh and local. Chem Farms has blueberries, strawberries, and even blackberries, all certified organic. Need a warm-up? Mark from Tea and Truffas has the best tea. Enjoy at the market or at home. J&J has beautiful deep red hothouse tomatoes. Rojas Family Farms is bursting with juicy mandarins. Sunny Cafe Food Truck is back every Wednesday with breakfast offerings. Santa Rosa Seafood offers the freshest fish around, available every Saturday. Bake Shift has a wide variety of muffins made with seasonal ingredients and also has gluten-free options.
Info online at ilovefarmersmarkets.org.
It is 8:12 at KSRO, and time for a look at financial news. Steve Ruder should be back tomorrow. Weekly unemployment claims are down to a 3-week low. The Department of Labor says jobless claims for the week ending March 18th dropped down to 191,000. That's a decrease of 1,000 from the previous week. It also indicates there's little sign of weakening in the strong U.S. labor market as new unemployment applications remain near historically low levels. Most analysts had been expecting today's number to come in at just over 200,000. And looking at the stock market this morning, NASDAQ is quite strong, up 285 points at 11,956. S&P 500 up 68 points at 4,005. And the Dow is up 464 points at 32,494. KSRO News Time is 8:13.
Financial news at 12 and 42. Mornings on KSRO. Now with a KSRO sports update, here's Larry Olson.
Warriors and Mavs, a big game at Big D. 2 possessions down the stretch. Dubs make, Mavs miss.
Shot clock at 5. Curry behind the back. Drive. Gets all the way to the basket. Gets an easy layup. And it's a 3-point lead. Lob inside to Johnson. Underneath the basket. Got to put it up. He does. Missed it. And Rudy fouls. 7 seconds left.
Back and forth fair all night long. Warriors pull it out 127 to 125. Steph with 20. Monster game for Draymond Green. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, and 4 blocks as the Dubs pick up back-to-back road wins for the first time all season. Dre.
I mean, we need road wins in general, just for confidence. I heard that it was a tiebreaker, so that's good. We'll take it, but 8 more games, we got to make sure we continue to stay strong at home.
As Dre mentioned, Golden State now sits in 6th place in the Western Conference standings and owns a 2-1 advantage over Dallas if they finish with identical overall records. It did have some controversy, and Dallas owner Mark Cuban said he intends to protest over an uncontested dunk for Golden State's Kevon Looney when there was confusion over which team had possession of the ball coming out of a timeout late in the third quarter. Dubs back home to kick off a homestand hosting the 76ers tomorrow night. Men's NCAA tournament resumes today, 4 games on tap, highlighted by Gonzaga UCLA. During Staples Teacher Palooza, teachers save big or you save like 20% on all Crayola products, plus 80-count Lysol disinfecting wipes are only $1.99. In-store only offer ends $3.25 while supplies last. Help your favorite teacher stock their classroom at Staples. Larry Olson, sports at 13:43 past the hour, mornings on KSRO.
It is 8:15 at KSRO. For your morning ride, here is Paul Maxwell.
Thanks, Michelle. Some slowdowns continuing for Thursday morning. North 101 brake lights in Santa Rosa from Highway 12 to College Avenue. Southbound heavy from Highway 12 down to Corby. South 101 also some heaviness coming off the Cotati grade on the approach to Petaluma Boulevard North, but lots of brake lights South 101 in Marin from Roland down to North San Pedro. West 37 slow over the Mare Island Bridge, stretches of heavy to 121, and a lot of heaviness on northbound 29 out of Vallejo, 7 to 221. Also have heaviness both directions of Highway 12 between Boys Hot Springs and Sonoma Plaza. Your next update, 8:25. Now with Sonoma County's most accurate, most dependable forecast, here's Michelle.
Thank you so much, Paul. Today will be mostly dry. There could be a shower or two here and there. Highs in the upper 50s, low in the mid-30s tonight. Winds will be 10 to 20 miles per hour. Look for mostly cloudy skies on Friday. We do get sun back on Saturday and Sunday. Enjoy it because the rain is supposed to be back on Monday and continue for a few days after that. And once we get past that, there's another stretch of dry weather for about a week. Right now, 45 degrees in Santa Rosa. KSRO News Time is 8:16.
You're listening to KSRO, the station you can depend on for traffic reports all morning long. We're your instant update on local and worldwide news, the scores and more. We're your source for sports. With accurate weather forecasts, you can count on rain or shine. Sonoma County's News Talk, 103.5 FM, 96.9 FM, 1350 AM. News, traffic, weather, and more. Sonoma County's News Talk, KSRO.
Hi, this is Sherry with Ongaro & Sons. Spring is upon us, which means baseball fields across the county are filling up with kids playing softball and baseball. Little leagues across all of Sonoma County can use your time, equipment donations, and money to ensure all young athletes have a chance to play this sport.
Because we care, underwriter Ongaro & Sons urges you to contact your local Little League to help make a difference for Sonoma County young athletes.
Open a 6, 9, or 12-month CD account at Poppy Bank with a 4.5% annual percentage yield for a limited time only. Offer is good for business and personal accounts. Grow your business today by visiting one of our many California branches. For more information, visit poppy.bank. That's POPPY.bank. Annual percentage yield of certificates of deposit is subject to change without notice following the initial term. APY assumes principal remains on deposit for the entire term. Interest will be compounded daily and paid monthly. Fees or withdrawals of principal or interest could reduce earnings. Early withdrawals are subject to interest penalties. Minimum opening balance $1,000. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line. Their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's California area attorneys. 2121 North California Boulevard, Suite 290, Walnut Creek, California, 94596.
Clyde Lewis patrols the weeknight airwaves on Ground Zero Radio. Weeknights at 9. This is 96.9 and 103.5 KSRO.
It is 8:18 at KSRO. Recapping the top local stories, Sonoma County employees are getting a living wage increase this summer.
The woman who shot a 16-year-old girl in a Rohnert Park sandwich shop in November is pleading not guilty.
And Rohnert Park law enforcement says counterfeit bills have been showing up at local businesses. The news time now is 8:19. Beer lovers in the North Bay and around the world actually are getting ready for this year's release of Pliny the Younger, a delicious and strong beer brewed by Russian River Brewing Company. Joining us on the KSRO Live line is Natalie Chilurzo, co-owner of Russian River Brewing Company. Hey,